Alright, if you were checking out this video, you were probably absent in class when we covered this. So I wanted to, before I give you the assignment, kind of explain what I'd like you to do. You're going to be looking at a predator-prey population using this graph that's on my screen right now between moose and wolves. And you're going to be asked to answer a few questions using this graph. And I wanted to model how you should approach these questions using a slightly different type of graph. Instead of using a predator-prey graph, I'm going to be using this graph right here, which is showing a relationship between deer populations and the amount of snowfall. So the first question you're going to get is going to be something very similar to what's on the top of our screen here. How does the amount of snow affect the population size of deer? So you're going to get a question very similar to that. You'll need to answer that question. So how I would approach that question would probably be, first off, look at the deer population, what's going up. And I can see I'm using the left side for my deer population. I can see it starts at 6,000. I can see it slowly going up to around 7,000. And what's happening to the snow on the right as this deer population is going up? What is going on there? And I can see that the amount of snow decreases. It's relatively low, goes up a little bit. And then once we get into this range, I can see that the amount of snow is definitely higher than over here. And the amount of snow here is definitely higher than over here. So looking at between years 0 and 5, the amount of snow, it's pretty low. And what's happening to the deer population? It's going up. But then in years 6 through 10, the amount of snow goes way up. What happens to deer population? I can see it starts to kind of come back down. So my answer to that question would be, when the amount of snow increases, the amount of deer decreases. And conversely, when the amount of snow decreases, the amount of deer increase. So less snow, more deer; more snow, less deer. So you'll be asked a question similar to that. That's maybe how I would respond. The second question is kind of the meat and potatoes for this activity, and that's starting to use data to prove that you're correct. So what numbers prove that as deer go up, snow is low, and what proves that when snow goes up, deer go down? You need to actually give me numbers. So I'm looking again. Here's a number here, year 0, year 5. And I can see between year 0 and 5, two numbers. I can see that the amount of snow, low. I can see that it's about 3 meters or less. And when snow is 3 meters or less, I can see that my deer population goes from 6,000 to about 7,000, maybe a little bit less than 7,000. And let's see here, between years, again a number, year 6 and year 10, I can see that there's a lot of snow, about 4 meters or maybe a little greater or less depending, but a lot more than down here. Between years 6 and 10, I can see that the amount of snow is over 4, and I can see the deer population decreases from about 7,000 down to, yikes, about 5,000 using this side over here. Those numbers prove that when snow is low, deer population goes up, and when deer population goes down, it's because snow goes up. So here's how I would word that. And again, notice that I'm including numbers and data in what I say. Year 1 through 5, the deer went up from 6 to 7,000. By including those two numbers, it is clearly indicating it's increasing. If I just included one number, like 6,000, okay, what was it before year 5? What was it after year 5? Was it the same? So you need to give me two numbers to show that there was change, an increase. The amount of snow was under 3 meters, so that's saying that under 3 meters, the population goes up. Years 6 through 10, when the snow was greater than 4 meters, the deer went from 6,000 to 5,000. Again, going from here to here is showing going down when there's more snow. So that is how I would use numbers to explain that. And the last one, how do those numbers prove that my answer right here is correct. It seems kind of obvious, but redundant, but it's really not. What these numbers show is that the deer population increased from 6 to 7,000 when there's under 3 meters, and the deer population decreased from 6 to 5,000 when there's greater than 4 meters. So these are some samples that will help you hopefully be more successful in the questions that you're going to actually be asked to answer in the assignment. Good luck.